Okay, that's gold. After the lengthy explanation and how the currencies should be analyzed and related to the patterns that we are seeing here, also in oil. In the case of spot gold on the weekly, it turned out it's possible that we have seen the end of the B. Yeah, with me, this B. Overall, remember that we are tracing, according to the interpretation presented here on the screen, we are inside a huge triangle, A, B, C, D, E. This triangle is not going to be over in 2-3 weeks, might very likely drag on for several more months. Okay, it's not going to be a quick affair. It's going to end up being fairly boring market at some point. It is very good for very short-term trading. Let's be very clear. If you're trading futures and you are a person who is checking the market every hour, you are very much available, then this market could be interesting because it's a range-bound market. Okay. But it's not an interesting market for someone who wants to trade only once a week or wants to put a position and look at the situation evolving in his favor over the next several months. Right now, this is not the case. We are in a range-bound market, and I could even go and say that it's a neutral situation. There is no trend. The trend is sideways. It's pretty clear. You can see that. Okay, so we have behind us the A, we believe we have the B behind us, and we are working on the C. Out of that C, we have probably traced the A, probably finished the B, and now we will see if it comes down. That will be a clear signal that we are heading for that C, and the C could go quite a bit lower, could even reach towards 1140, 1120, and we would love to see it stopping there. Okay, and that, as you can see, we are on the weekly scale, so the March lower could take easily 6 weeks. That is given, that is if the B is done. Now let's go and see the daily, and we will see what it will take to establish that the B on this scale is done. You see, I have an alternative here saying it's not done. We still stuck here in the lower scale B that is marked with the black. Now I would imagine break through this level and we don't talk about the small B anymore. It breaks under 1245. Okay, it comes down, breaks through that. Forget it. That is the end of the B on the high scale, the red scale. Okay, and we are heading almost certainly, we are heading lower. Okay, that would inevitably, in my opinion, suggest the dollar index coming back, strengthening, not necessarily flowering into a huge bull market, but definitely strengthening and recovering and gradually going higher and higher. Okay, that'll be the other side of the coin of gold heading lower. Here's silver, again with that very twisted and lengthy correction that we're taking is a B, of which we have seen an A, B, and we think we are heading for that C. In the case of silver, I thought that there could be a much more complex pattern evolving here, so bear with me. Inside that C, we have seen already the A, and now we are busy tracing a B that appears to be a triangle in itself, of which we have seen an A, B, that could be the C complete. It could indeed be that this B would have a quick resolution, because otherwise they are not going to settle, if you like. Gold and silver are not going to be more or less on the same wavelength, and they normally are. So that's why I'm thinking that it's quite possible that our B, yes, which is only part of the high scale C, okay, don't lose track, could actually get a quick finish here, but we got a pretty sharp break in silver. It's likely that that's an A, that's a B, that's a C behind us. It's heading for the D. Let's have a look at this at the 60 minutes. I put this line as a critical line short term, and I do think that if it does break this line, and this line comes at 16.11, okay, silver crashing through this is a message for us that this is probably the end of the C. We're going for the D. Okay, we're going for the D, and this one took, let's see, from the 10th of July basically to early August here. So that's about 3 weeks. That might take 2 weeks, or maybe even just a week and a half, and then a twist up here to complete the, if that's a D, to complete the E leg, and then expect a big drop in silver, a drop easily under 15.2. Okay, if it drops immediately in the next several trading days, it doesn't listen to me. It goes straight under 15.2. Evidently, I have to revise the wave count. We will have to see what is appropriate. I would still maintain that it's most likely inside that big triangle, big triangle B, but the inner subdivisions will have to be modified.